Hello everyone, my name is Victor Carvalho and today I'll be making a short presentation on why you should read the book Inkheart by Cornelia Funke. On my short presentation I'll be covering the story, the reasons why the book is a good one, and I'm also going to show you some review and recommendations of the book. So, moving on to the story, the plot itself is framed around Maggie and her father Mo. Maggie is a teenager who grew up without her mother and she doesn't know why she's gone. And at the age of 12, she finds out that her father is a silver tongue, which in the book is a person that can read objects and characters out of books by reading the words out loud. Mo's ability to bring stories into life is actually the reason why Maggie's mother, Teresa, is gone. Because when he was reading a story to Teresa, some of the characters became real and trapped her in the book. In the course of the story, you accompany Mo and Maggie on an adventure to escape the evil villain Capricorn and his companion Basta, which were the villains that came out of the book. The story goes on 9 years after they came out of the book, and they're hunting Mo down because Capricorn wants to find and destroy all the last existing copies of the book Inkheart, which is the book he came out from. He never wants to be read back into the book, and instead he wants to stay in this world of Mo and Maggie, and he wants to use Mo's ability to read more evil characters out of several stories. This story proceeds by Maggie going on a rescue mission to find and save her father. She also wants to stop Capricorn from doing evil in her world and stop him from using books as a source of evilness. It's a very adventurous mission, and I'm not going to tell you how this story ends because I don't want to uncover the tension with which Inkheart is filled. So if you want to know if Maggie succeeds, and which character she meets on her mission, and which challenges she has to face, you should definitely read the book. Moving on to reasons why Inkheart is a good book. So when I read the book myself, I find it really captivating, and also as a Canadian review of materials stated, the story always makes you wanting to know more and more since it unfolds slowly by giving away only bits and pieces of the puzzle, which makes you eager to keep reading to find what happens next, which I also felt the same way when I read the book. And also, the book really grabs your attention with a very well developed and unique story. And while reading this novel, you go on a magical adventure which will be both scary and beautiful. Also, Funke's style gets you deeper and deeper into the story. The way she describes the characters leads you to a strong connection between the reader and the characters in the story. You not only understand the main characters, but also the other characters, so you feel more connected to the story. And all the characters are wonderfully created, and you really enjoy accompanying all of them. Also, Roback and Publishers Weekly in 2003 mentioned that Funks has a really special way of telling the story because she writes it from a multiple point of view and creates a lot of tension. And I also find that really good in the book because you not only get to accompany the main characters but also the other characters, as I mentioned before. And this offers a very intense insight into a magical complexity of the various characters. So despite from Maggie and Mo, you get to accompany Dustfinger too, who is a fire breather whom Mo also read out of the book Inkheart. You will feel the homesickness of Dustfinger because he's struggling ever since he's been read out of his own story. The only thing he wants is to go back to his home. The way Funk's writes give you the impression that you actually share the challenges and the struggles the characters have to face in the story, and you also feel as if you're there with them and trapped in the story and wanting to know how the story ends. So if you like to go on adventure, you will surely enjoy going on this adventure by reading this book. To the reviews and recommendations of the book. According to Guillain from the Canadian Review, Funke's well-written characters fill this novel with life and make it a very unique story, and that any avid reader should definitely add this to their must-read list. He also mentions that the connections to the excerpts from other novels are especially fascinating. And also, according to Myers, from Contemporary Literature Post, the book not only grabbed the attentions of children and adults, but it impressed the critics as well, gaining the prestigious Batchelder of 2003 for Best Translation. Furthermore, Roback and others state in Publishers Weekly in 2003 that this novel is highly captivating. They say that it offers an insight into a thrilling and fascinating world that you don't want to leave behind anymore. More recently, the book has been adapted into a movie version in Hollywood, and I'll be posting the link of the movie review and the movie trailer after my presentation, so if you feel interested, you can check it out and watch it. So the movie, in my opinion, hardly covers the tension and the adventure that the book provides, and this is why I strongly recommend you to read the book instead of watching the movie, because when you're reading the book, words have the power to lead you into your own creative imagination, and they let you dive into your own fantasy world so that you can experience Funk's story very individually in your own way without being influenced by any pictures on a screen. So in conclusion to my presentation, Inkheart is a perfect story for fantasy and action lovers. It's a book written for everyone who enjoys reading adventures that are made in a very creative and unique way, and also for people who like stories like that are full of tension. And also, you can see by the reviews and recommendation that the book has been recommended, and it's a really good book. So if you feel addressed, I recommend you to get this book, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like my presentation on why Inkheart is a good book. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for your time.